Shalom Israel first. I want to go over to on the Tihawu Bashim Hashai Bashim Kakadash, Stubborn St. Apostles, Ashby Millstone, peace salutation to one third elect of Israel. And for this lesson, I'm gonna title it a wise man, because I was reading Surah the 22nd chapter, 21st chapter, and I saw a few precepts that I could do a lesson on. All right, so Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. All right, so right now we're in the house of mourning right now. We're not in the house of feasting, living it up, trying to, you know, prolong this place. We're in a time of, repentance, sorrow, and getting right with our power, so that way in the times to come, we're covered. All right, because you got a lot of Israelites that just try to make this a worldly thing. Now obviously it's a balance. You do, you use this world and not abuse it, but you don't let this world, you know, you don't gravitate to this world. So it says you don't make you aren't a friend to this world. All right. Third verse, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. All right. Fourth verse, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. All right. So, since we're not, living it up and partying it up in these days, we're in the house of mourning, the wise. All right, because, it's evident. All right. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. All right, because with these fools, the rebuke of the wise is gonna get you right. All right, through rebukes and reproof, it's going. What scripture say? Iron sharpens iron. Let's see. Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. All right. So with the. Oh, let me just get it in the New Testament. I don't want to just be. I'll read the fourth verse again. The heart of the wise is all right. A wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. And that's true. We always thinking about what's to come. Judgments and making sure we on point. Because we don't want to be caught up in the destruction that's about to come. All right. Fifth verse: better to be criticized by a wise person than to be praised by a fool. All right. And let's see. We can read down. A fool's laughter is quickly gone, like thorns crackling in fire. This also is meaningless. All right. Seventh verse: extortion turns wise people into fools, and bribes corrupt the heart. All right. So, seventh verse: surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. And the wise aren't in a mirthful spirit. That's for the kingdom. All right. When we're gonna be able to live. But for now, we ain't living. Micah 2:10. This is not our rest. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right. So the wise understand that. All right. Sirach 21 and 22 and 20. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter, but a wise man though scarce smile a little. All right, because what's there to smile about? All right, scripture says, "Surely oppression make the wise man mad." Everything here is vexing. You walk outside, chemtrails. You go to the store, GMO food, and just all types of wickedness. All right, and on top of that, these people are you just see a bunch of useless eaters, a bunch of useless, wicked eaters. All right. So, everything is vexing. All right. Let's go to But obviously, there's a balance to everything. All right, because just because we still in captivity doesn't mean we ain't gonna smile from here to here with certain things that come up. But the mindset we're in is that this is not a rest. All right, Proverbs 14 and 13. Even in laughter, the mind is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. All right, so for example, you take a little vacation, you're having a good time, and then that heaviness comes in. I got work this day, or I got work tomorrow, or just certain things that pop up. Or I got to do this, that, and there's no rest. All right, let's just get there, because that right there is it proves that we in hell. All right, Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. All right, so like I said, everything here is polluted, or not like what I said, but Scripture said, everything is polluted. All right, you can't enjoy anything here. Everything's tainted, and that's why the elect are crying out continually. All right. 2:15:8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they. Let me read up. Let's start at the fifth verse. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why? For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right. So now, if this is all about to come, is a wise man going to be, in the house of mirth or or mourning? So this is something to think about. All right. 7 verse. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right. And those are the wise that cry out, and you don't hate this place. All right, 9th verse. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. All right. So the Lord, he's gonna retrieve his elect. All right. Where's that? There you go. Sirach 18:27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning he will beware an offense, but a fool will not observe the time. All right. So, we understand the times we're living in, and we understand that now's the time to be, be on point. It's not the time to be, lollygagging and bullshit, it's time to, get on point and stay on point, be ready so you don't have to get ready. All right. Because, when that time comes, we don't want to have, our conscience, man, I don't know if I did it, like we want to put it all on the line. All right. And this goes for me first and foremost. All right. But, just lesson going into, I'll just title it Wise Man, Lord willing. But Lord willing, that's fine. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Till next time, Shalom.